In this video, we're going to be looking at authentic desires. Now, if you completed the vision statement, then this section is going to be about extracting from your vision statement, that narrative about your future, the authentic desires that will get you from where you currently are to living in that greater authenticity. Now, some of you, because of time, may have skipped the vision statement, and that's perfectly fine. If so, then as you approach this section about authentic desires, my encouragement would be to approach it with the idea of simply brainstorming desires. Almost like the old image of throwing spaghetti up against the wall to see what sticks. You're going to be using these pages to simply get some different desires out, get them down on paper, and see which ones really deeply resonate with who you desire to be today, who you desire to be tomorrow. So it's just a brainstorming process. You'll be looking at desires that might fit into the category of physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, intellectual, professional, personal, financial. There's no right or wrong aspect to desire here. So as you go through these pages and as you brainstorm desires that were either part of your vision statement or that are simply floating around in your heart right now, try not to filter them. Begin by just getting them out on those pages. Then, once they're out, my encouragement will be to start digging deeper. As I explain on these pages, begin to peel back the layers. We're specifically looking for desires that are, quote, irrefutable, inherently good, and a blessing to others. So we're sifting through artificial, superficial wants, the shoulds of life, where people have told us, well, you should want this, you should desire that, to what we deeply, truly, authentically desire. So we're peeling back the layers. Mary Beth Bonacci years ago wrote a book called Real Love, and in it she explains the difference between real love and what she calls pizza love. Pizza love is simply the fact that you and I often say things like, I love pizza, but we really don't mean that we love pizza. Love has to be a mutuality, right? It has to be a complete sharing and giving of oneself to the other in a reciprocated way. Pizza can't do that. What we mean is we enjoy what pizza does for us, but we don't love pizza. So Mary Beth here is making a distinction between what we could call an authentic love and a superficial love. That's part of what we're doing in this section, except we're doing it with desire. We're making a distinction between authentic desire and what we could call pizza desire. These more superficial, artificial wants that aren't about an irrefutable, inherent good that's a blessing to others. So as you brainstorm your desires, as you go through your vision statement and extract desires that clearly are implicit or explicit in your future narrative, be aware of which ones are most deeply authentic. And I offer some suggestions on these pages of how to make that distinction. You might find yourself naming a desire and then realize, that's not an irrefutable, inherent good that's a blessing to others. But there might be a way to just kind of peel back some layers and find a way to name, to describe a desire that is irrefutable, inherent, and a blessing to others. So this is a wonderful opportunity for you and I to get to know ourselves as we peel back those layers. And on page 13, I offer some reflection questions that you might find helpful as you sift through all of the different aspects that were part of your vision statement, or as you simply sift through the brainstorming of desire that you're writing down on these pages. And I hope that as you just get them down, you'll find yourself already being more and more aware of which ones are deep, authentic desires and which ones might simply be pizza desires. The Deepwardly Planner is an invitation for us to grow in deep authenticity. And that requires us to really name and acknowledge and reverence our heart's deepest, most authentic desires.